You see it all the time. People decked out in the latest survival gear, high-tech jackets, expensive sleeping bags, and still shivering uncontrollably in the middle of winter. They did everything they were told. They bought the best equipment, followed every checklist, and yet, when the temperature drops, they are failing. Why? Because survival isn't about fighting the cold, it's about understanding what cold actually is. Cold isn't some mystical enemy lurking outside. Cold is nothing more than the absence of heat. And your body is the furnace in this equation. Every heartbeat, every movement, every calorie you burn produces energy. Heat measured in joules. That heat is life, and the universe is constantly trying to steal it from you. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video. Share it with anyone who thinks winter survival is about buying the fanciest gear. Comment below on your own cold weather experiences and hit subscribe so you never miss a guide like this. Now, let's break down the science behind staying alive when the mercury drops. The first way your body loses heat is conduction. It's direct, brutal, and unforgiving. Conduction is what happens when your warm body comes into contact with a colder object, and that object begins to suck your heat away. A concrete floor, a frozen metal bench, or even damp ground acts as a heat sink with almost infinite mass compared to your body. Every point of contact is a drain. Most people think layering up or putting on an expensive sleeping bag is enough, but if your body is touching a conductive surface, it doesn't matter. The heat will leave you faster than you can generate it. The solution is simple, but often overlooked. You need a thermal break between yourself and the cold surface. It doesn't have to be fancy. A foam pad, a thick layer of dry leaves, even a flattened cardboard box can serve as an effective barrier. Anything that interrupts the direct transfer of heat protects your most valuable asset, your own energy. Convection is more subtle, but just as relentless. This is the way moving air steals heat from your body, invisible but deadly. In an unheated building or tent, your warm air rises, cools and falls, while cold drafts enter through every crack and seam. This is called the stack effect, and it ensures that any energy you expend to warm a space is quickly lost. You know, many people make the mistake of trying to heat a large room, thinking the air will retain warmth. But air actually has a very low specific heat capacity. It simply cannot store energy efficiently. So the fix is what we call the Russian doll approach. Create a smaller, controlled environment within the larger space. A small tent or enclosed area, well, it really focuses the heat where you are, so your body isn't trying to warm 1,000 cubic feet of air with a tiny fire. Suddenly, survival becomes about efficiency instead of brute force. Your body continuously emits heat in the form of infrared energy. Even in still air, your heat escapes into walls, floors, and windows. This is why well-insulated buildings, thick clothing, and reflective blankets work. They slow down the radiation of your own energy. But, you know, it's not enough to rely solely on insulation. You also need to understand thermal mass. Dense objects like stone, brick, cast iron, or even water absorb heat and release it slowly over time. Using these high-mass items as thermal batteries can really help stabilize your environment. Heat a jug of water or a brick with your fire, and when the flames die down, the stored energy radiates back, keeping the space livable for hours. Survival isn't about the air around you. It's about what can hold and give back the heat your body produces. There are dangers even when you think you're doing everything right. Take water pipes, for example. Many people rely on insulation and blankets to prevent freezing, but physics doesn't negotiate. Water is an anomaly in that it expands as it freezes. If pipes aren't drained or properly managed, the pressure build-up will burst them, often in the weakest part of the system. Insulation only slows the inevitable. It does not stop the process. Another common hazard is the use of fuel-burning heaters in enclosed spaces. Propane, kerosene, or wood stoves consume oxygen. If you seal the room to keep the heat in, you can unintentionally produce carbon monoxide, which is, well, a silent and lethal killer. You must always account for airflow. Safe winter survival is really about balancing heat retention with ventilation, not just cranking the fire higher. Once you understand the three thieves, conduction, convection and radiation, and the hidden hazards of winter living, everything else, honestly, just falls into place. Survival comes down to three principles. Slow the heat loss with insulation, store energy in thermal mass, and maintain safe airflow for combustion. So this is your formula. This is, honestly, the real science behind staying alive in cold environments. Forget about gimmicks and, expensive gear. Respect the laws of thermodynamics, and, well, they will serve you. Ignore them, and you will pay the price. Every historical account, every wartime diary, and every survival story echoes the same lesson. Those who understand physics live. Those who rely on luck do not. Winter is not the enemy. The enemy is ignorance. Understanding how heat moves, how air and materials interact, and how to protect your body from energy loss is, honestly, the difference between enduring the cold and succumbing to it. So, take this knowledge, test it, apply it, and share it with others who need it. Comment below with your own strategies or disasters, subscribe to Warfront Survival, and share this guide with anyone who's, serious about surviving winter. Physics is your ally, and knowledge is your weapon. Respect it, and you will thrive.